Gaia Warriors here. It is an honor to be here with you today. I have a really, really important message to share with you all. We are in such an important time in our evolution where uniting is super critical. We are in the midst of chaos and a worldwide propaganda campaign that is causing us to separate. And it is working. I am seeing all around me, people are so polarized. People are clinging to their truth as it is absolute and rejecting everything else as a lie. Even people that were in the light, that shared the same values, shared the same passions and visions, are now separated. I'm seeing judgment. I'm seeing people calling each other names, people claiming to be more enlightened than others. This is what the powers that be want. They want us separated, and it's working. People are against wearing masks. People are for wearing masks. That is just on a small scale. I think the one on the biggest scale that is causing the most polarization is the whole Trump and Q narrative. I went down the whole Trump rabbit hole. For any of you that personally know me, when COVID hit, I was one of the first ones to publicly speak about how much I think Trump is a light worker and a savior. And I really went down that rabbit hole. I did loads of research and it was compelling. I was gripped by it. I was ecstatic at the thought of hearing how he is taking down the current cabal or deep state or Illuminati or whatever you want to call them. And I felt like it was my duty to share that with everybody, to bring people hope in a time where there was just so much darkness and so much uncertainty. As I know from my own past that it was discovering about, 9/11 and all the conspiracies and the Federal Reserve and the cabal, and finding that out literally was like a veil had been lifted off and I was free. I had just seen the world for the first time for how it really was. And that's what catapulted me into my spiritual evolution. And I wanted to be that catalyst for other people. So I went out there and I was just posting all this stuff, and the amount of hatred that was projected at me was crazy. It was really belittling and overwhelming at how much people got triggered by this. And I had so many people reach out to me. I had a few that were, agreeing with me, and I had a lot of support from them. But even from my own best friends, they were questioning my sanity. They were like, what has COVID done to you? And I was like, oh my God, what have I done? I started doubting myself, and just it was a whole really big, humbling experience for me. And I had people reach out to me and told me to look into things further, and I did. And I started to see another narrative of he's working for the Zionists, and the Zionists are the ones behind the Illuminati, and they bought out all his debt and this. And then I started hearing stuff about the current governments are Satanists and he's Luciferian, and so he's replacing one bad agenda with another bad agenda. And then I was just like, oh my God, have I been brainwashed? What is going on? What is the truth? There is so much misinformation out there. And so I did another post, and I was just like, okay, I think I got brainwashed. And I put my hands up, and I just thought, this is a very humbling and humiliating experience for me, but it is one where I am able to say that I am open-minded and I'm willing to research and to take in new ideas and to not be so absolute in my truth. So literally, it was a big journey for me. And then now I've been seeing more videos where they're saying that, he is a light worker, and it's just it's really hard to get to grips with this reality. And I'm just seeing so much polarization around me with all the light workers, that are either for Trump or against Trump. And it's just wow, this is crazy. This is exactly what the powers that be want. They want us fighting amongst each other. The conclusion that I came throughout all of this turmoil and misinformation is that there are 3 dimensions at this point in time. There's the 3rd dimension, where people are addicted to their technologies and they have alcohol addictions, drug addictions. They're addicted to the media. They believe everything that the media tells them. Then there's the 4th dimension, which is the conspiracy realm. where people are actually questioning what they are being spoon-fed and what they are being told by the mainstream media. They're starting to do their own research and not just blindly accept this narrative that they are being, that's being shoved down their throats. They're actually starting to look into things and read between the lines and do their own research and start to see that there's like a pattern and an agenda at play. And once they find this out, people get really worked up and they decide to take to the streets and protest and, be in camaraderie with people that they've never met before, but they share this common cause, this common goal. And then there's the fifth dimension, which are the anchors of light, and they just trust in the divine plan. And I've gone through all three. It's like a rite of passage that you have to go through all three. And what I realized with Trump, it's all about perspective. The whole world is all about perspective. Perspective and intention literally shape your world. And so it depends on how you look at. If you look at Trump from the third dimensional point, you'll be like, oh, he's a really bad man, and everything the media says about him is he's really, really bad. And then if you look at it from the fourth dimension, then it's the conspiracy, it's the QAnon world, it's the Trump is working to save us all kind of dimension. Or if you look at it from the fifth dimension, then you're just like, wow, he's playing a really, really important role, a pivotal role in history right now. Like, if you think about it, he is triggering people. He is like a manifestation of the world's ego reflected back at them. He is playing such a hard role. I had like a couple of weeks of this anger projected at me, and it weakened me. I felt psychically attacked. I can't imagine what he must feel like having millions of people have this hatred projected at him. And so he's playing a really important role. He is triggering people who are in the third dimension, who are addicted to their televisions. He is triggering them to get into the fourth dimension by going out and protesting. When I was in England, we had a protest against Trump. Millions of people showed up. And there were like moms there that have never protested in their entire life. And so therefore, he was triggering people to go from the third to the fourth dimension. That is helping them evolve. That is helping them stand up for themselves, standing up for what they believe in. Go out in the streets and unite with others for a common cause. So I think no matter what, he is playing an important role. And that is the way I'm choosing to see him now. And whether he's a light worker, whether he's aware of it or not, it doesn't matter. What matters is that he's helping the evolution that is happening right now. It is so important. We are giving our power away by believing that someone external is going to save us. We can only save ourselves. It is an individual, personal, transformational journey. That is the only way that we can save ourselves. The way I see it is I'm going to take the good stuff out of it. If he's ending child sex trafficking, that is amazing. That is so important. That is like the darkest thing that is plaguing our world right now. That is the biggest food source for the dark forces. So if he's ending that, then that is amazing. If Q are getting people to research for themselves, to question the narrative, then that's amazing. I'm just going to see the good stuff and put my energy into that, put my energy into the timeline that I do resonate with. If it means that the world is going to be a better place, then that is what I'm going to believe. I'm going to believe that the old paradigm is falling. I'm going to believe that the cabal, the system, the Illuminati that have controlled and manipulated us for centuries, that have killed millions upon millions, if he's taking them down, then that is amazing. That is great. I don't care about anything else. That's what matters. And that is how I'm starting to see the world now. Is that every time that the cabal or deep state try to put something out as a weapon, it is backfiring on them. Look at the Black Lives Matter movement. I believe that they started that to create more division and separation. But that's not what I saw. What I saw was people around the world uniting to end racism, to promote equality. That was what I saw happening around the world. And that is what I'm giving my energy to. It's the same thing with... I don't want this video to get banned. So, that's these towers that are happening everywhere. I've been in a house that had that. It didn't bother me at all. It didn't harm me in any way. I'm going to believe that G is actually upgrading my DNA, that I'm going to be upgraded from 4G into 5G. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you believe that, you create your own reality. If you believe chemtrails are going to harm you, then they will. If you believe that they can't touch you, then that's the reality that you're going to be anchoring in. We create our own reality. That is how powerful we are. If you believe that you're a powerful sovereign being, that nothing can touch you, then that is the way it is. It's the same thing with the harmful injections. I'm not going to say the word, but the harmful injections that everyone is worried about that are going to be mandatory. If you believe that you are so powerful that anything that gets injected into you you'll be able to transmute it, then that's your reality. I believe that the star families above us are actually helping us transmute that. Any weapon that's getting put out is actually getting diffused. It's not going to be as powerful as the dark forces want it to be, because we have so many helpers. Our star families out there are literally assisting us in every single way. And I believe that no matter what happens, we are so powerful because the light and love that we have in our hearts can transmute anything. So anything that they try force upon us is not going to work. And that is the reality that I am anchoring in. And that is what I want you to anchor in too. So you can transmute the injection if it becomes mandatory, but still, that's as a last resort. I mean, even though I believe I'm so powerful, I can transmute it, I don't want that anywhere near me, anywhere near my sacred temple. So, but there are other ways. You know, there are light worker doctors out there. There are light workers everywhere. You know, we have infiltrated every system. That we're in the medical system, in the education system, in the government, in the freaking CIA, you know, because the darkest places is where the light is needed. So many selfless, brave warriors have gone to these systems so that they can shine the light from within and corrupt the system from within. So, you know, there will be light worker doctors out there that will sign us off saying we got the injection. There will be technology geniuses that can create us these chip passports or whatever they throw at us, whatever thing that they enforce upon us. There is always going to be a loophole. There's always going to be a way around it, because the light is always way more powerful. Love is a stronger frequency. You know, you can take a candle into a dark room and you can take away the darkness with the light, but you can't take away the light with the darkness. You just can't. So don't worry about the mandatory injection. So many people are lowering their vibration and genuinely scared about this. This is exactly what the powers that be want. They want us in a state of fear. So we need to rise above that and realize just how powerful we are, and that the light is on our side, and that we can overcome this. There's always loopholes. You can either look at 2020 as like the worst year of your life, or you can look at it like it's the introduction in the Book of Ascension. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing all these systems, all these programs that have been around for so long coming to the surface for the first time, to be seen, to be transmuted. If they were still happening in the darkness, they would still be happening. They would still be going on and on and on. But because it's coming out to the surface and people are finding out about it, it means it's coming out to be healed, to be seen, to be transmuted by all of us. And that's what the dark forces are just doing now. They know that we're winning, so they're trying to look bigger and louder and, wow, look at this is happening and this is happening and this is so bad and this is chaos and everything's going to be bad, and they can do fires, they can try to burn our homes down, they can do whatever they want, but they cannot touch our hearts and the truth and the love and the freedom that we all emanate every single day if we choose to anchor this in. Right now, we are in the midst of World War III. It's a war on consciousness, a spiritual war that is going on right now. So many of these politicians that are doing all these bad things, you know, they've been brainwashed, MK Ultra. They're not in their right minds, you know, and even the reptilians that are controlling them. These are beings that are playing really, really difficult roles. You know, we need the darkness in order to illuminate the light. We need the darkness in order to come back to the light. It's the balance, the yin and the yang. If you look at Source, we are all one. We are all part of Source. The darkness is playing such a hard role. Imagine having to play a role like that, where you just cause suffering to others, where you don't know love, where you're complete in separation. That is a terrible, terrible role to play, but they are doing it because it is needed, because The Creator, Great Spirit, needs to express itself in the polarity in order to evolve. And that's why we have to practice complete and utter compassion and forgiveness for the darkness. We have to see all the atrocities around the world and send it love, send it forgiveness. We need to love the unlovable and forgive the unforgivable. It is a really important tool in the path to ascension. And everyone else around you, all the sheeple, they're just doing the best that they can. Like Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. They are young souls. They are just learning. Everyone is at the point of their evolution that they are meant to be in. We are all just walking each other home. And so if you can practice kindness and compassion towards every single being, that is you gaining your power back, because you won't hold on to any negative lower vibrations when you think about others, like judgment. Judgment is a really bad, vibration to hold into you. We need to practice forgiveness. That is how we will transcend this time. In this current time of polarization, where there is more us versus them, isn't that how we got into this mess in the first place? By being divided? Divide and conquer. They know that if we unite, we can overthrow them. And so we are playing into their little game, into the little tricks, which is the oldest trick. The biggest tool that they have is to separate us, and they're succeeding. But you know what I say? I say that we are all conspiracy theorists, because we are all being lied to. We all know that there is a level of deception going on. We may not agree on what that deception is, but we know that it's there. We know that there is a big inequality and unnecessary suffering that is going on in this world right now. We all want the same things. We're all in this together. We're in the same boat. This earth is our home, and we all want peace, justice, truth, love, freedom, equality, abundance. It's our God-given birthright. Right now, the media is such a powerful tool. And what they're doing is they're taking truths and mixing them with lies. So it's making it very difficult for you to discern what is the truth. It is extremely clever. And it's working because people are fighting amongst each other, and they are not uniting for the common cause, for the betterment of humanity. When you are locked in an oppositional paradigm, by its very nature, it feeds that in which you are opposing and keeps you locked in duality. So basically, every time you focus on what you don't want, or focusing on the bad, you are perpetuating its existence with your energy, because you are giving focus to it. You're focusing your energy and giving energy for it to exist. So that is why the true key here, the true key to success throughout all of this, is to remain neutral, to take action without reaction. That is how we gain true sovereignty. That is what we need to do, to basically look at both sides, take the left, take the right, and don't let any of it take any of your energy away. Don't let it lower your vibration. Just be in complete acceptance that exists and that exists, but you remaining neutral. You're not taking sides. You're not choosing what is right or wrong. You are just observing it. That is how you gain true power. In the end, the only thing that we can trust is our own inner intuition and discernment. Our intuition is the only thing that cannot be tainted by anybody else. It is an inner knowing. That's the only thing that we can trust. So that's what you need to do. You need to tap into this feminine power of wisdom that lies within each and every one of you. Feel into it. Listen to your body. When you are that connected, you'll be led to the people and places that you need to go. You will stop caring about what people think of you, and you'll be able to proceed in a more fluid way. You will be able to anchor in your purpose. You will be connected to the divine. When we combine intellect and intuition, critical questioning and trust for one another, when we combine listening and questioning, when we combine what our heart and soul knows and what our mind learns, these are the keys. We need to use both. We might find that we can actually learn from each other, that the truth has ingredients from both sides. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. We are all seeking truth. That is our common ground. It doesn't matter what we believe in. What matters is the pureness of our hearts, our intentions, how we treat one another. When we can have kindness and compassion for every single person, regardless of their beliefs, that is when we'll transcend this duality. Just understanding and knowing that every single person is doing the best they can with the upbringing they had, with the environment they are in. Everyone is just doing their best. And if we can accept that, then we can unite when it's important. Then we can unite and build a new earth together. In this pivotal time in history, it is a great time for reflection, a great time to go within and discover what your passions are. For you, sharing your gifts and your passions is the single greatest contribution you can give to the world. Your inner transformation and healing, the healing of your past traumas and wounds, will literally get you free from the grips of the matrix. The darkness cannot touch you if you are able to do that. It is through the cracks that the light shines through. When you are thinking about what this president is doing, what the government is doing, what conspiracy is true, you're staying in the mind, in the intellect. It is in the heart that we have the true power. If you can go into your heart and emanate love, encompass the love that you are, then we will transcend that. When you're thinking about these conspiracy theories, does it raise your vibration? Does it make you feel good? It doesn't to me. That is what matters. We are all made of frequency and of vibration. The whole world is made of it. The whole universe is made out of vibration. And so, if you can raise your vibration by doing what you love, by spending time in nature, by dancing, by playing, by being with your loved ones, by practicing your gifts and your passions, living your purpose, that is what matters. Your heart, your vibration, that is how you become a true warrior, a light warrior, a peace warrior, a rainbow warrior. That is what we need right now. We need you to do this. We need you to tap into that. That is how we are going to win. That is how the light will win. All these conspiracies are just a distraction to keep you from focusing your attention on creating a new earth, on what really matters. And so, if you think about it, light is information, so therefore darkness is the lack of information. So by you being aware of the conspiracies, you are actually bringing light into the darkness. So it is important to know about it so it cannot have a hold over you. But do not indulge in it, because the more you indulge in it, you are feeding its existence. You are perpetuating its existence with your energy, with your focus. So know about it, but then move on, because by indulging in these conspiracies, you are basically keeping yourself in a low vibration, which is exactly what the dark is feeding upon. Right now, the great pendulum of life is swinging, and it is now swinging towards the dark. So that's why things are looking really bad right now. But it's going to reach its peak, and once it reaches its peak, it's going to go towards the light. So we are in that phase right now where things are going to get worse before they get better. But just know that they will get better. And by you keeping calm amidst the chaos, by you being in complete acceptance and not resisting what is coming, that is you transmuting it for the collective. Because right now, there is a lot of fear that is plaguing the world. The whole world is freaking out right now. But it's up to us. We are the light workers. We have been preparing for this very moment for, I don't even know how long, but a really long time. And this is what we came here to do. This is why we came to this planet, to transmute all of these dark, lower vibrational densities into light. So by you feeling it, because you have to feel it to heal it. So by you feeling these dark densities, fear, disempowerment, feeling trapped, feeling the scarcity consciousness, this inequality, this suffering, this lack of abundance, all of this stuff, if you feel it, really feel it, but then choose a higher state of consciousness over it, that is you being a light warrior. That is you transmuting for the collective. That is very advanced light work right there. So it is important, and be compassionate with yourself. It is a difficult job to transmute fear from thousands of years that has been plaguing our world. We are literally transmuting for the whole entire world. So it's going to be hard, but if you just know in your heart that it is an illusion, that all these fears are just programs that aren't real. Feel it and then choose the higher state of consciousness. If you feel disempowerment, know that you are empowered. Know that you are a sovereign and powerful being. If you feel a feeling of fear, choose love in your heart. No, choose abundance over when you feel scarcity. If you choose these higher vibrational states of being, when you feel the low ones, you are transmuting it. And that is what we came here to do. We need to move from revolution to evolution. By standing up for yourself, by being the voice for the voiceless. That is what it takes. That is what is needed. Speak your truth, even if it isn't well received. Know that you're planting a seed in their subconscious. And also, don't feel like it's your duty that you have to go out and wake up every single person. Speak your truth and trust that whoever's meant to receive it will receive it. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And just trust that every single person that is meant to wake up will wake up when they are meant to, at the time that they are meant to. And people will come to you. That's how I've become. When I first became awake, I wanted to tell everybody, like, this is the truth, guys, you need to know. And I got faced with a lot of conflict. A lot of people thought I was freaking nuts. Like, really thought I was nuts when I was telling them about all the conspiracies and the government control. Like, this was, more than 10 years ago that I was doing this. And people were just like, oh, my word. And then it just took a lot of my energy away. A lot of energy that I took in resisting and fighting and trying to spread this truth. It left me drained. Now I don't do it. I might mention something or I'll make a post if I feel really called to. But otherwise, I just trust that the people that will come to me will ask me the right questions, and those are the people that I'm meant to guide, that I'm meant to help, that I'm meant to assist. And all that energy that I left, that I was, fighting, resisting, trying to speak to everybody, trying to convince everybody. And I have all this leftover energy that I'm now using to create my reality that I really want, to create the new earth, to put my energy into positive things like growing food, like practicing music, playing guitar it's like my favorite thing to do, being in nature, going for runs, just, exercising, dancing, playing, just all these things I'm now able to have so much energy towards and to give to, because I'm no longer having to fight and resist this world around me. All these programs and conditioning that have been put upon the world, like self-sabotage, like unworthiness. Your limiting belief is the only thing standing in your way to realizing your true potential. If you remember your true divinity, that you are God, you are an expression of God playing out in human form right now, you'll remember how powerful you are, that there is nothing standing in your way but you, that you can literally do anything you put your mind to. When we remember that is reaching pure enlightenment. That is how we will transform this world. When we remember how powerful we all are and how we are all connected, how we are all one. Instead of taking sides, I invite you to be part of the solution. To remember that love is the answer. That most people on this planet all just want the same things, love and connection. And those that don't are just lost souls, and will get there eventually. Someone once said to me that we are in a great big queue of life. And the people in the front of the queue may seem like they're more enlightened or more together, but they've just been in the queue longer. The people at the back of the queue, the selfish, crazy ones that we look at and we're like, oh, what are you doing? They just got to the queue. They're new souls. And if we can remember that, we can have compassion, because we used to be at the front of the queue and now we're somewhere in the middle. And then it's so great. And by having that compassion and realization and gratitude for how far you've come, that you are someone that has love and pure intentions in your heart, then you can have compassion for the ones at the back of the queue that making these crazy messes. They will get there eventually. You are the bearers of light, the renegades, the system busters. You were born to do this. You have been practicing, preparing for this for a very long time. This is the Grand Awakening. This is the beginning of the new earth. If you can remember to love yourself through all of this, to keep your heart open to receive all that there is, then you will find true inner peace. I salute every single one of you. It takes a lot of courage to do what we're doing. It's a very big, selfless action to be here on this earth right now, to be doing this work. This is the brave warrior energy that I see in every single one of you. People are waking up all around you. You can see it. You can see people are questioning the narrative. It is amazing. It is a huge sign that the world is changing, that the new paradigm is coming, that it is here. I believe that the light has already won, but how fast things change is up to you. There is a great battle going on in the astral realms. A lot of us are warriors, and we are being called to this battle. There are two agendas being pushed right now. We all know what these two agendas are. The AI timeline with the chips and the tracing and all that nonsense, and the new earth of communities of love, of surrender, of trust, of abundance. I believe that we have won anyway, but they are going to try and change that. They are going to try and push their agenda as much as they can. The dark forces are not going to go down without a fight. So this is the final battle. This is up to us right now to raise our vibration as much as we can. So do what you love. Practice kindness and compassion every day. Be in service. Make sure that you are self-fulfilled in every single way. Love yourself and love each other. I believe that the light has already won, but the dark forces are still going to push their agenda. They're still going to try everything that they can to derail us from this timeline. So things will get crazy. Things are going to be really chaotic and wild, and we're going to be seeing these old paradigm and systems collapsing around us, and people are going to freak out. I really, really recommend to prevent this panic, to have a 60-day supply of food and water. I'm going to be doing another video about how to prepare for the apocalypse, which will be coming soon. I really recommend, because the banking systems are falling, that you keep cash and you invest in gold and silver, in precious metals. That is the one thing that is going to stay, is the gold standard, while the financial system crumbles. So I really recommend investing into that. Just remember to stay calm, trust in the plan, trust that this is all in divine order, that we have our star families assisting us right now, and that the light has won. It's just how fast things will change is up to you. I want to thank each and every single one of you for being here on this earth, for choosing this selfless path, for choosing to transmute all of this. If it weren't for the light workers, the star seeds, the system busters, for you, if it wasn't for you out there maintaining this equilibrium right now, because there is so much fear, it is our trust, our love, and our light that is keeping things in equilibrium. I don't even want to know what the world would be like if it wasn't for us. So thank you. Thank you for choosing to do this. It is such an honor to walk this path in service with you all. And I'm humbled and grateful for your presence. I truly see you. I feel you. I appreciate you. I honor you. Know that you are loved and supported in every single breath you take. And relax and trust, because we have won.